want. So this is a kind of dilemma. But this policy gives you a kind of, for the authority, gives a big power of taking this district or certain neighborhood to be transformed. And TOKI is a governmental institution. It's belonging to ministry, and it's a housing development department. I mean, it's a kind of governmental institution which acts like a market tool, housing market tool. This is very kind of flexible institution of neoliberal governmentality. I mean, how you govern your country. I mean, it's through space speculation, housing speculation, and it's a kind of new way of what Lisa told in the first presentation, a new way of making capital for government. And of course they go for poor district. Of course they go for ethnically marked districts, like Gypsy district, poor Kurdish district, poor district, or Gecekondu, post-Gecekondu areas, like what I told about, the immigrants who came in the 50s and built the districts. They go and simply say that this is a Gecekondu area, we will taking over now. And then the inhabitants say, yeah, but you gave me infrastructure, water, electricity, and you gave me a paper, property paper. So it is legalized, it's a justified neighborhood. So how can you take it now? So there are a lot of discussions going on. And what happened in the last year, like I think in the last 2.5 years, the neighborhoods began to organize themselves to defend their rights against the municipality. And they are mainly based on dwelling rights. That means any tenants, not only property owners, also occupiers, squatter people, they have the right to dwell, and they cannot evict it by force. So this is the basic rule, which is based on, of course, human rights, and they began to organize themselves. So every district set up mainly associations, which has a bit legal position, and they gathered together and they established, it was one year ago, they established Istanbul Neighborhood Associations platform. This is kind of informal platform that every neighborhood meets together, and they closely work with architects, academicians, planners, and artists. I mean, the cultural people help them a lot, and they work together. It's a kind of solidarity structure. I work since 3-4 years with a group called themselves Sulukule Platform. Sulukule is old Gypsy neighborhood, Romani neighborhood. From like 1,000 years, I would say. It is placed in the historical peninsula by the Sultan in the Ottoman period, and they were supporting the entertainment of the palace during the Ottoman period, Ottoman Empire, and until 2005, the municipality wanted to evict the neighborhood. They wanted to get the houses for very, very cheap prices from the property owners and just the tenants to take them out. And there were a lot of people who were living as a squatter, but 100 years, who don't have any paper, but they live there for over 100 years. So in that case, what Lorenzo told yesterday, they are not nomads, they are settled people, and they are still preserving their culture, their music, and they are performing their music. They live from their music and gypsy music, and they're serving and they're earning money from it. I mean, this is their way of life. And the neighborhood is 90% evicted until last week. And it was mostly illegal by the municipality, like the bulldozer comes and just destroys the buildings. And some of them, they negotiated with the municipality. I spoke about Toki. Toki is building houses. They call it social housing for poor people, they say. And it's a bit high-rising apartments, very cheap, very not good quality, and it's very far from the city center. Like if you evict a poor neighborhood who has its own economy, like music or like little workshopping economy, to those places, to those like not gated but kind of ghetto gated enclaved spaces, they of course lose their job, lose their economy. It's not only losing their social environment, the communal identity, but also it's that they are poor and they get more poor by moving to another part of the city. The other thing also that Istanbul is very huge and transportation is a big issue in the city and it's expensive. I mean, if you're, you don't need to be poor as a normal person, you can also not, normal income person, you can also supply this transportation expense. So if a poor person moves and loses its own economy and production, urban poverty doubles. I mean, the people become more poor and the communities become more poor, and it's a big problem. It causes segregation, social segregation, and double urban poverty. Sulukule platform, you can visit the website. I opened the website, but I will try again. It's a lot of different kind of people who are working in different field, and we began to work with the inhabitants together. It was not like what Lorenzo said, walking and going in and in a spontaneous way. It was very opposite way. There were some people who were working with the children in the district already, and just the inhabitants asked for help to collaborate with some architects and with some people. And there were some meetings in the beginning of 2006. We organized all together, and we figured out together how we can save the place district, as the district was marked by the policy 5366. So we set up a kind of campaign, kind of organization. Is it opening? This? Yeah.